I'm Dr. Ben Newman, and I'm a coronavirologist. All right, next question is from Danielle. How you doing again, Danielle? Okay. Hey guys, so the big debate at the table during lunch today. All right, come on, it's time to weigh in. Time to weigh in on lunch. Generally, I'm for it. Yeah, is about fresh deli lunch meat that you get cut at the store. Okay, I like it. Yeah, let's go. Is it safe right now during the pandemic, or should people avoid it? I think it should be safe. Here's why. So there are things that other people, it's like the ickiness that somebody else might have touched your thing. When you're getting the deli meat cut at the store, so you have the opportunity to make some observations that when you buy meat that is prepackaged, you cannot make. So prepackaged meat, let's say somebody coughs on it, they shouldn't, and there are rules against it, but let's say they do. It goes under the little cellophane, and there you go. Your COVID comes home fresh as fresh as can be. Yeah. In theory, I'm not seriously worried about prepackaged meat at all. Yeah, as a source of infection, and yeah, most meat I would cook, but deli meat, yeah, I can see why you don't cook. All right, but since you are right there while they cut it, you can observe. Do they have a mask on? If they have a mask on, that's pretty good. Usually they'll have some kind of little plastic glovey thing on too, and that's fine, yeah. Because they probably weren't wearing the mask before you came up, and so if they were, rubbing their face like people do, human beings do, then that's fine. You got another little layer of protection down there, and that ought to be all right. That ought to be just fine. You can also, I guess, cock an ear and listen and see if you hear a bunch of coughing over the meat slicer. And if you do, you might want to say, you know what, I changed my mind. I'm going to go to whatever. Name the name of the other supermarket in town if you have another supermarket in town, and then go there. And when you get there, use the same logic. Do they have a mask? And are they coughing on my meat? Because that's not a thing that you want ever for any reason, but it's a thing that will happen if you are really sick with COVID. Yeah, and are maybe trying to work through it because some people, terrible as it is, may feel like they have to. Yeah, may literally have to, or else bad things happen. So I get that. Yeah. So I'm on the side of deli meat's probably okay. Yeah. So go for it. Yeah. Although I don't know why Subway no longer has roast beef. That part has really got to me. They say it's COVID related. Maybe they're not producing it at the factory where they normally buy it. I don't know, but fine. Yeah. Same thing for bakery items or fresh made non-hot items in general. Bakery items generally come out hot and then they get put into some kind of papery, plasticky wrapper while they're still pretty warm so that the first person that gets there can pick up the warm cookie or the warm bread or something like that. So I think once it's inside that little wrapper, it's safe, and I think it was sterile going in because it just came out of the oven, and so I got no real problem there. The other things like cold like bake at home bread is still partly baked when it goes into the bun and pretty warm, and yeah, I feel like that is probably going to be all right. It's been sort of surface sterilized, and I think all these places would have enough. I would hope they would have enough protocols in place that if they notice one of the workers just hacking all over the food, they, like shut down the assembly line and say, why don't you go over here outside and, yeah, let's burn this and then let's try again. So I think those are all okay. I am on the side where that's probably not that big a deal. And can you imagine, like back in the day, like a year ago, we used to get deli meat from people that didn't wear masks ever. Yeah. And they still had colds and flus and, whatever. Yeah. And we were like, this is cool. Yeah. This is just fine. So I don't know. Maybe that's COVID changing things inside my brain, but yeah, that's how it looks from here. All right, good debate. Thank you, and you got to let me know who won in the end of it, because yeah, you know, somebody will and somebody won't. Until then, thank you very much. This has been Ask Dr. Ben.